Okay, so by popular request, we're going to show what we're running here. Okay, so starting up front, dual alternators, added this. The bracket I just got on eBay. It's a pretty common engine. I just go parallel into the same trigger harness. These are in parallel. I did that because I debated running a 24 volt alternator just totally separate, but that got confusing, so I did it this way. Added a second battery here. I don't know that I did this right. So I wouldn't totally copy me on all of this. But it's working. Battery protect. That way, if I really needed this for the way I ran my last set of DC-DC converters, this is probably overkill right now, but I like it. Just because then I don't have to worry about anything ever. Like I'm not going to drain this, which again doesn't matter now for something I'll show you in a second, but I do have this, and then this main line runs to the back battery compartment. So going into the truck, here we go. So this is that same battery line that comes up. I've got it a couple sets of split loom and then taped it all up just because it's, I don't want to like hurt it. Then whenever it goes through metal, I put like 3 wraps of pretty thick heavy duty rubber through that, tape and Ziploc. So comes in here. This is the 12 volt DC or 12 to 24 volt DC. Let's see if you can see it. Sterling Power. It's awesome. The other thing I love is this will actually send like 30 amps back to the starter batteries if that drains. So everything stays fully full all the time. I've got 24 volt, 250 amp hour or 200 amp hour self-heating. The Bluetooth, I thought I didn't care about. I do really like it. So this is 5 kilowatt hours, 5.1 kilowatt hours. This is 100 amp hours. So it's whatever half of that is, 25 kilowatt hours or 2.5 kilowatt hours. Anyways, a lot of storage. I've got these 2 battery disconnects. So 1, 2 combined. The car charger, I had a different setup. So this has the same 1, 2 combined, but only this Sterling one's connected because it's been so bulletproof. This last disconnect, that goes to the, what is this, 4-aught Anderson plug. So that thing's a stupid amount of power. You can disconnect it here. And then the battery monitor is for this one. I have a separate one for this, but that's what it is. Behind all of that, I have a SunGoldPower, and I'm not done installing this. This stuff will all get split loomed and taped up, but it's a relatively new install. This is a SunGold 3000 watt, 24 volt inverter. That's the DC side is on there. Then the AC side, it's an inverter charger, so it charges 40 amps into the 24 volt system on shore power. This is how I've wired up the AC stuff. I love that it has a GFCI outlet right here. Like a couple of times I've just plugged stuff in to charge up my friend's stuff, or if I'm running like a heater or whatever, I can just plug it in right there. Love that. That goes into this plug. You'll see the same stuff, just a bunch of super thick rubber, zip ties, all that. I label the shit out of everything just because I'm not that smart and I will forget all of it. That comes into this. It's a 480 volt receptacle. So it's 5 conductor, shared neutral. So I run, I'm not sure if these are the exact pins, but basically like shore power, load, neutral, and then inverter, load, and neutral. Because, and so those come right into here. So here's the plug side, same thing, plug side. This is the remote for the inverter. And then this is the split loom that carries through the metal bit. This is where I have the shore power connected. I did it that way because if I don't have the truck and I'm connected to shore power, then I can just use that. So it runs in into the camper through the electrical box and back out. This is an auxiliary solar panel connector that's on its own MPPT controller. I also have one of those right here. I originally was using this as a 12 volt out, but stopped doing that. So that's where everything comes in. I'm not going to get on the roof because, well, I'm lazy. So here's the camper. I wasn't totally ready to. These are the foldable solar panels that I use. I don't use them much, but I can use them. So remote control for the inverter. I have another one of those 24 volt, 200 amp hour self-heated ones right here. That way I can still use the camper if I drop it off for a little while. This is the control panel. So this is the battery. This connects or disconnects that single battery. Then I use a lot of USB stuff. So I've got these. This circuit, my 124 volt, I've got the main breaker disconnect, and then I have two 15 amp circuits. One of them basically goes up. I have an induction cooktop under the, you can't see it, but it's under there. And then I have an air fryer, which I love. This is the DC side. So I have a 50 amp dual pole solar disconnect, couple open ones, refrigerator separate, 24 volt. And then I have a 12 volt system because this guy runs on 12 volts. And the lights, I think, would handle 24, but I don't want to burn them out, so I just kept all that the same. So I have a small DC converter in there, 12 amp or 12 volt thing. On this side back here, I've got 12 volt Anderson plus a outlet, and then I've got 24 volt. That was overkill. I never use it. Like, I wouldn't do that again. The LevelMate Pro is back there. Love that. In this box, I also have another set of outlets right there. I don't use those much. What I use a lot, so that the cabin outlet circuit comes back into here. I don't know if you can see it, but I have a multiplex one right there. That's the cabin outlet. You can see I label everything. So that's the one. That's this guy. I love that. In the winter, I run a boot heater back here. Obviously, I have this heater. Love that. I use that all the time. I plug the vacuum in. Everything goes into here. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I put way too many outlets up there. I never use them. Yeah, so I mean, that's the electrical system. Inside of this box, I have 3 MPPT controllers. I have one, it's a so 2 100 by 30s and one 75 by 15, all Victron. I don't need that many, but I like to have spares because then I can easily swap over if I'm traveling and one breaks or something. I don't know. And then what else is in there? Yeah, a lot of wires, a lot of wires. I used to have the boost, the cell boost thing. I don't use that anymore at all. So I kind of took that out. I still have the antenna. I did add, I guess, on the electrical side. So up in here, I have outside lights. Those huge life improvement adding those. Love them. I think this was standard in there. So that's all good. And then, yeah, let's see. I guess I'll show you what's up top. This guy, just because you're here, I'm going to show you my handiwork. 3 bikes on the back. Love this thing. It pops out, which I like. So like even with the whole weight, that thing will pop out. So I can add, like I have another jerry can that goes here. Had the Julka, hate it. That's coming down. And then my AC for this mini split will go up there. But all of that fits. And so I don't lose the back spot for the storage right there, which is nice. And the thing's rock solid. And so, yeah, so this is where I did the solar panels. I love having them on the roof. When you tilt the tent up, you get like 30% more power out of those. I did have a problem, got it slippery up here. The wires coming from that junction box on the backside, the Scout wiring, that failed. And that was a pain in the ass. But yeah, you can see I put these in. I try and do good cable management once I'm done with the final install. Sorry, I'm bad at the videos. But yeah, so that's my handiwork. None of my stuff has leaked. I thought it would, but it hasn't. Like none of these have leaked at all. And they've been like that for 3 years now. But like this section right here where I haven't done anything, that leaks like a motherfucker. Anyway, sorry, this is supposed to be about electrical systems, but you get me talking and I'm going to tell you about the leaks because those piss me off. And yeah, this thing also, I love it. It just doubles as a ladder. A quick little, walk up the back ladder. So that's been nice. But yeah, so that's where I put those lights. So when I'm camping, those I would say are like 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 would recommend. This is a little, before I had the flatbed with the stairs, I used that a lot. I still like it a lot. It's a great build. Yeah, I think that's everything.